Imagine waking up in a sun-drenched Los Angeles home, the scent of fresh coffee filling the air, the comforter still warm from the night before, and then, boom. Not a fire alarm, not a neighbor's barking dog, but a full-on, relationship-altering bird chirping session right outside your window. Sounds trivial, right? But for music producer Benny Blanco and global pop icon Selena Gomez, this very moment, this feathery showdown, reportedly led to one of their most hilariously ridiculous arguments yet. And before you roll your eyes, here's the thing. It wasn't really about the birds. It never is it? Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It's free and helps us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end for all the juicy details. Benny Blanco, the maestro behind chart-topping hits for the likes of Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, and Katy Perry, recently offered a glimpse into his deeply personal and genuinely charming relationship with fiancée Selena Gomez. The twist? Despite their megawatt fame, their day-to-day ups and downs feel just like ours. Miscommunication, minor annoyances, and yes, weird arguments about birds at 7 a.m. They go through it all. So, how does one of music's most sought-after producers juggle a relationship under the microscope of millions while still arguing about birds like the rest of us? Grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's pull back the curtain on the surprisingly grounded, totally lovable love story between Benny and Selena. And don't worry, this story isn't all chirps and giggles. There are layers, laughs, and a few wait what moments along the way. Let's be honest, when you envision a power couple in the music industry, you probably picture glitz, glam, and an entourage large enough to fill a small stadium. But for Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez, the reality is more cozy socks, inside jokes, and quiet moments than velvet ropes and VIP lounges. Their relationship didn't kick off with a red carpet debut or a viral collaboration. It blossomed behind the scenes, in spaces where creativity brews, vulnerabilities surface, and egos are reportedly checked at the door. Benny, known for his laid-back, borderline goofy personality, and Selena, whose warmth and self-deprecating humor disarm even the most skeptical fans, found common ground in unexpected places. Their first bonding moment wasn't a star-studded event. Nope. It was a quiet afternoon in a studio when Selena reportedly mocked Benny's unusual sandwich choice. Apparently, he's a peanut butter and pickles kind of guy. Yes, really. From that moment on, their dynamic was sealed. Playful, honest, and refreshingly normal. But can two people so deeply entrenched in the public eye truly keep things that real? Now back to those birds. Benny, being a creative mind who cherishes sleep and peace, and perhaps the occasional meditative moment, was simply not in the mood that morning. The sun was barely up, and the birds were relentlessly chirping, a symphony of tweets, chirps, and squeals right outside the window. And Selena? She reportedly found it adorable. This led to a ridiculous, almost meme-worthy argument. He groaned. She laughed. He threw a pillow over his face. She, in playful defiance, opened the window wider so they can come say hi, she joked. He, in mock exasperation, threatened to Google how to get rid of birds humanely. She countered by playfully calling him the Grinch of spring. In an interview later, Benny reportedly laughed it off, saying, "It's never about the birds. It's about everything else we bottle up and then throw at the birds." Sound familiar? Whether you're arguing over how to load the dishwasher or debating the right way to fold towels, every couple has their version of the bird fight. What's truly remarkable isn't the fight itself, but how they reportedly laughed about it together afterward. So, what does this tiny spat tell us about the way Benny and Selena reportedly keep things grounded? A lot more than you'd think. We often assume that fame acts as a buffer, that money, influence, or a wall of assistance can shield celebrities from the day-to-day struggles of normal relationships. But according to Benny, that's not even close to true. We argue about dumb stuff he shared in an interview, like if I changed the Brita filter or if I've been leaving too many socks around the house. Relatable, right? Despite a life filled with award shows and platinum records, Benny and Selena's relationship reportedly thrives on the small stuff. Who picks dinner? What movie to watch? Who forgot a text back? They laugh at each other's bad habits and reportedly call each other out when needed. And, perhaps most importantly, they don't try to hide it. But how do they manage the constant pressure of public opinion without letting it disrupt their dynamic? Dating someone in the public eye is like trying to slow dance in a wind tunnel. Constant noise, relentless opinions, and let's be real, Selena Gomez is one of the most followed people on Instagram. That's a lot of eyeballs. So, how do they stay focused on each other amidst the chaos? Benny's answer is surprisingly simple. We unplug, he reportedly shared. This includes no phones during meals, weekly tech-free nights, private inside jokes that no paparazzi camera can capture, and a shared love of ridiculous board games. Apparently, they get weirdly competitive at Pictionary. In a world obsessed with oversharing, they've reportedly mastered the art of protecting their peace. Their connection doesn't live on social media. It lives in the quiet moments, the whispered confessions, and yes, the occasional chirping bird fight. Still, what can we learn from how they navigate love under such intense scrutiny? Here's the thing. You don't need to be famous to face relationship curveballs. You just need to be human. And Benny and Selena, in all their fame, are beautifully, hilariously human. Here are a few takeaways from their story that might just transform the way you see your own relationship. Small arguments aren't signs of failure. They're signs you're two different people learning to live as one. Laugh about them. Learn from them. Protect your peace. Whether you're famous or not, your relationship deserves boundaries. Set aside time to disconnect from the world and reconnect with each other. Peanut butter and pickles, early bird rage, Pictionary battles. Lean into what makes your relationship uniquely yours. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your relationship is to lighten up. Throw a pillow, crack a joke, make up in ridiculous voices. Real love isn't about perfection. It's about presence, about showing up even when the birds won't shut up. So, what's next for Benny and Selena? Will they make more music together? Will they tie the knot under a tree filled with birds as a poetic, full-circle moment? Maybe. But one thing's for sure. They'll keep laughing, keep growing, and keep being refreshingly, undeniably real. In the end, it's not about who has the most Instagram followers or who wrote the last Billboard #1 hit. It's about being willing to laugh through the noise, love through the chaos, and maybe, just maybe, open the window once in a while to let the birds sing. Because love, in all its messy glory, is built not in the grand moments, but in the tiny ones. The ones where you roll your eyes, smile anyway, and choose each other again, even when the birds are so freaking loud. What's your version of the bird fight? Ever argued over something ridiculous and then laughed about it later? Share your moment in the comments below. Or better yet, send this to someone you've argued with about something wildly small because hey, if Benny and Selena can survive chirping birds, you can too.